I decided I wanted to make this video. Blu-ray cases are kind of weird for no apparent reason, right? We'll get into it. So to really get into the meat of this video, I need to explain what caused the idea behind this video. I live in a PAL territory, and as such we use Region B Blu-rays. For those of you uninitiated, there are three main Blu-ray regions, which are creatively titled Region A, Region B, and Region C. So I'll find a map and I'll put it up on screen so that you can have a view of what I'm talking about. But Region A is just primarily the Americas, as well as Japan, Korea, and a few other Asian countries. Region B is most of Europe, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and I believe most of Africa, or all of Africa. Yeah, so the whole of Africa. And Region C is seemingly just the leftover regions of Asia and Europe, so a couple of those other outlying countries. So in my travels of never leaving my home country Australia, I have come across Region B Blu-rays. However, I have also come across my fair share of Region A Blu-rays as well. Now, unfortunately, I've never seen a Region C Blu-ray, so I can't really comment on what they look like. They might look more like a Region A Blu-ray or a Region B Blu-ray, or they may look like something different entirely. I couldn't fucking tell you. So now we actually get into what this video is about. I'm just going to go over some ground rules real quick. So what I've decided is that I'm just going to focus mainly on standard Blu-ray cases. Of course, there's special editions like steelbooks and box sets. They're not going to count for the purposes of this video. And, I don't agree with them in general. They're just made to look pretty, and, you can sell them to people at a higher price tag to sucker them in and purchase the product for a higher price tag. And I don't fucking endorse that. And yes, I've bought them. Okay, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that it's just going to be standard Region A and B cases. I don't have any Region C, as I mentioned, otherwise I would probably compare them, possibly, whatever they look like, I don't know. Alright, so here is a standard Australian Blu-ray case. I know, it's shocking. It's a Blu-ray case. The first thing you probably notice on these things is that the rating system is massive on the case. It takes up like 50% of the fucking cover art, which is, I like it. I wish it was bigger. I want to not be able to fucking see the cover at all. But in all reality, I don't mind how big the rating system looks. And it's probably a good thing. It shows, that's not that's not fucking for kids at all. That's MA restricted, baby. But we used to, in the age of DVDs, we used to have transparent, like it was the rating system was transparent, so like it covered as little as the cover art as possible. I'll pull up a picture of the DVD for Spider-Man 2002, which is the best film ever made, don't at me, and you can see how on there the rating system is basically just transparent. Don't ask me why they changed it. I think they just wanted it to be more, you can see it. I think that's probably the reason. Even though this kind of blends in with 28 Days Later, it's like nearly the same red. Kind of funny. Anyway, alrighty, so here's a fucking Region A Blu-ray. This is my copy of Dear Zachary. I don't know if you can see that there. There's a bit of glare. This is my copy of Region A. This is my copy of Dear Zachary, which isn't specifically Region A. If you can see on the back here, it's actually multi-region. Where are we? Where is it? There it is. So, other side. There we go. See that little? That's got ABC. I don't know if you can see it. It is tiny. But that says ABC right there, which means it's you can put this into a Region B Blu-ray player, despite that I believe this was an American import. What should have been, because I believe the website I bought it off of was American, so this is an American import, but because it's region, it's all regions, I can actually play it in my Region A, in my Region B Blu-ray player, which is just my PlayStation. There's also a bit of a story behind my purchase of Dear Zachary. So I bought it from the website that it's sold on, which is Oscilloscope. You can see on the back there, Oscilloscope Industries. Focus on it. There we go. So Oscilloscope Industries, or Laboratories, sorry. So I bought it off there, and it cost, from what I remember, it was an eye-watering amount of money. But it wasn't the only thing that I purchased from there that day. I got a couple of other things as well. But what was nice is that when I purchased the products, they actually gave me a free gift. They gave me a bonus film, Compassion in Emptiness, which is something about the Dalai Lama. I'll probably watch it one day. The fun thing about this one is that it is not multi-regional like the Dear Zachary Blu-ray is. So that's all regions. This is just an NTSC DVD, which means I'll probably have to. Where are we? There we are. NTSC. So I'll probably have to put it in my multi-region player. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tried it yet. Sometimes things work when they shouldn't. But yeah, I'll probably watch it one day. But I just thought that was a nice touch. So getting back to the main focus of this video, I just mainly wanted to note between a Region A and Region B Blu-ray, the size difference. So you can see the Region A Blu-ray is much skinnier than the Region B Blu-ray. Why? I have no fucking clue. It's like Region A Blu-rays are from the Americas, so why aren't they the thicker ones? Because I thought everything was fucking bigger in Texas. But yeah, so obviously this size difference really annoys me. I don't know what it is. It just sets off like some sort of weird OCD for me. I think it's one of those things that if I wasn't a collector of Blu-rays, or like I turned into a collector of Blu-ray cases and everything, if it wasn't that, then I probably wouldn't care. But because I think because I turned into a collector, I think it's really set off something in me that I can't. It pisses me off. So for those wondering why I collect these things, these Blu-rays, here's the reason. Now you may be wondering why I'm holding up my cover of my copy of 28 Days Later. Well, it's because I think late last year, for lack of a better term, there was like basically a bubble that started around this film. I saw a video of a copy of the DVD, just the DVD, for 28 Days Later that got sold for $100 on like an eBay auction last year. The reason being is because there was no way to watch this film on streaming at all. So the only thing that was available were DVD and Blu-ray copies, which I don't know if they're rare or anything. I wouldn't have a clue, because I remember seeing the DVD copies years ago, like at least 4 years ago, that were just in bargain bins, $5 bargain bins, and then seeing that go for $100 at an eBay auction was just mind-blowing to me, because this is something, again, $5 4 years ago in the $5 bargain bin. So to see that inflate by 20 times was just kind of crazy. I nearly wanted to sell this copy, especially because it's got the sequel, even though you can find the sequel on streaming. I was nearly tempted to do it, but I was like, by the time I get to it, the bubble will burst, and looking at recent prices now, I think it has, but it's still nowhere to be found on streaming 28 days later anyway. It's still nowhere, at least as far as I could find, I couldn't see it on streaming anywhere. It could be available again, but as far as I know, it's not. So the reason I really like to buy these things is because it's nice to have the product in my hand, and I like having the physical thing. It's always been a thing for me, is that I've always liked to have the physical product here with me. So it's nice to have the physical product, but also it's just one of those things that I've paid the money to have the product, and that's this is my property now. I've paid the money, it's mine. So I reserve the right to do whatever I want with this as the, owner of this thing, of this product. So if I really wanted to, I could open this and just take out the disc and destroy the disc. If I wanted to. I'm not going to do that, but that's my right as the consumer. I could absolutely do that if I wanted to. So as it stands also, since I own the product, I don't have to worry about something as trivial as it not being available on streaming to not be able to watch this product, because I have it here in my hands. I have the physical copy, so I can watch it anytime. The only way that this is leaving me is if I either destroy it or choose to sell it, which is both options I'm not going to do. The only other way that it's going to leave me is if someone steals it, in which case...
Go ahead. Take it from me.
What was this all about again? Right, Blu-ray cases. So, that's the major difference, is that Region A cases are smaller and skinnier, and that the Region B cases are bigger and thicker. That's the only major difference between the two. As far as I can tell, I can't see that one cures cancer anyway. So I think it's just that. So I think each case has like a strength and weakness. So for example, the Region A case, being skinnier and lighter, is that the trade-off is that it fits nicer into your collection, and you can fit more of them in. Whereas with the Region B case, they are heavier and bulkier, but the trade-off is that I don't feel like it's about to snap like a twig in my fucking hands. So Region B cases are better. Also, this is my personal bias talking, but Region B Blu-rays are cheaper and easier to get, at least for me. And I know what you're thinking. Of course they are, because I live in Australia. And my counter to that is, you don't think every Blu-ray I own comes from Australia, do you? This is a recent pickup from a couple of days ago. This is a Region B Blu-ray from the UK. How do I know that? There's a different rating system. You can see it there and that one there. Some of them actually... This is a different one, because some of them actually have the 15 there, and then they got the... Because I think that's the PEGI rating? I don't know, but sometimes it's got it like that one there, and then the red one up above it. But this one's got it across. I don't know why. But so that's a UK Blu-ray. Is there any difference between it and the Australian Blu-ray? The answer is no. This is basically just an Australian Blu-ray with a different case and rating system. Sorry, it's the same case. It's got a different rating system. Why do I own it if it's an import? Well, it's because there are a lot of films in Australia that, for some reason, don't get a Blu-ray release. So that's why I own it. That's why I imported it. And it was fairly cheap to get. And it's a film that I've wanted to watch for a while, so I'll eventually get to it. So what do I import from the UK specifically? Well, as I mentioned before, it is a PAL region, so it still uses Region B. Which is great for me as a consumer, because that's what I need, is Region B. So, yeah, so that's why I import from UK and Europe, mainly. But there are a couple of things that even the UK doesn't have. So when the UK doesn't have something that I would like to purchase, that leads me to going to the rest of Europe. So this is a German Blu-ray. Notice off the bat the rating system as well is just massive, like the Australian ones. When I first saw the rating system on a German Blu-ray, it pissed me off. I don't know why. I always thought it looked fucking massive. Now that I'm really looking at this case again, I'm like, it's not even worse than the Australian one. They're probably about on par, but that's the one that really caused me to think about how the rating systems look on a Blu-ray. It's like, because then you go back to like the UK ones, and that's like, they're not intrusive at all. And I mean, of course, Region A ones don't have the ratings on the front of them. They got them on the back, I believe, if they have it at all. Well, it's not rated. Where are you? Why is that not rated 2? What the fuck? Okay. I guess Region A Blu-rays aren't rated. Anyway, I digress. So, Germany is still under the Region B umbrella, which is great for us Region B lovers. Now, as far as I can tell, they do actually have a fair few Blu-rays. Like, they've got a lot of Blu-rays that are just exclusive there. If anyone might have watched Your Movie Sucks, YMS's 2020 Blu-ray collection, he practically said as much as himself in that video. So for some reason, yeah, they just get a lot of Blu-rays. So this one here is Christian F. There we go, that's the full title. Sorry, I'm covering it up because there's something that I don't think is very YouTube appropriate on there. So I just want to censor that basically. So Christian F is one that I'm a bit more sympathetic to because in general that is just a German film, so it should be, you know. So if they want a Blu-ray of it, it stands to reason that the only Blu-ray of it can be in Germany. I mean, I'm sure you can mark it out if you really wanted to, but I mean, there's probably not many people outside of Germany that are going to want to watch this film anyway. Its primary market is probably going to be in Germany, so yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But pro tip for when you're purchasing Blu-rays, especially ones that are in a foreign language, you know, that don't have any English at all, make sure that the Blu-ray that you're purchasing has English subtitles, or if you need English subtitles, make sure it's got English subtitles on it. This one, you know, when I purchased it from the website, it did say it had English subtitles, and looking at it now, it looks like it does. As far as I can tell, it does. So I don't understand German, so all of the back of that is German, but it says something here is English, so I assume. But anyway, why am I bringing this up? Well, because I mean before, because I'm a fucking idiot. So this is my copy of Redline. This is Region A copy. We can see on the back there, if it focuses, Region A Blu-ray. So this was an import from America, obviously. Nothing wrong with this copy. There's definitely nothing wrong with that copy of Redline. The only thing wrong with it is that it's a Region A Blu-ray. So why did I feel the need to replace it? Well, as mentioned before, I watch pretty much any film on my PlayStation 4. I use it for recreational use. That is my preferred way of watching films, so it just automatically, you know, I like to pop things in there and watch it. I do have a multi-region Blu-ray player, but I just prefer to use the PS4. So when I found this copy of the film on Amazon, I was like, okay, that's a steal. That's great. It's a Region B copy. What more could I want? Well, I got gypped. So it is Region B, but it is Region B from Italy. And obviously this is, well, this is an anime, so I forgot that anime isn't made in English. It's obviously dubbed first in Japanese. I prefer to watch anime in English. Come at me. I don't fucking care. That's how I prefer to watch it. So, I forgot that very crucial fact when I bought this Italian Blu-ray, because this Italian Blu-ray only has audio for Italian and Japanese. And the subtitles are only in Italian as well. So, yeah. Now I just keep that because it's fucking funny. Also, something interesting about these covers is that the spines are different. Let me just see. So that's got the red and yellow, and then the other one's got white and red. So I did actually manage to track down an Australian copy of the film as well. And the funny thing about that is that the spine is different again. I believe it's the inverse of this one. So I think it's red and then yellow text. But yeah, that was something interesting to find out about. Okay, so I know I sort of got off the rails of what the start of this was the difference between region A and B Blu-rays. But this is my video, and I've hijacked it to talk about other things. But we did still talk about the primary difference between a region A and B Blu-ray. The other thing that I wanted to highlight about a lot of region A Blu-rays that I've noticed is that they got this here on the side there. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's like this little lock, like a little locking mechanism, so you can lock that up. Now, I've heard people complain about these, but I think it's a good idea. Reason being is that, obviously, so this film, Dear Zachary, is a documentary, documentary that you wouldn't want to show your kids, obviously. So if you have a young kid, it's you've got the lock on there that you can lock this. And I know the argument against that would be, well, once they're older, it won't really fucking matter. Once they get to an age where they can still figure out, hey, just that. Which, yes, I understand, but at least it's something. At least it's trying something to, protect, kids from watching films like this. But also, if the lock just pisses you off that much, you can just leave it unlocked. So it's, I left this unlocked. I don't know why, but there's an easy way to just leave this unlocked. So you open up the case. If people don't know this, you open up the case and then you just fold it in like that. There you go. It's unlocked. I leave this, even though this is my house that I live in, and I have no younger siblings or anything like that, I just like to leave it unlocked, leave it locked like that. I don't know. It just looks nicer to me. Sue me. So you may be wondering, is the video over now? We've talked about a lot of Blu-rays and everything. No, fuck you. How about this copy of Closer? So obviously we can see there it's a nice goldy colour. It's also, I believe, it's a French Blu-ray, but it's in it's multi-region. You can actually see a bit better on that one. Focus. There we go. I think you can see it better. But yeah, it's in this nice gold case. So the reason why I haven't, case swapped this is because I think it looks nice in the gold case. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like if I put this in a blue case, it'd just, be doing a disservice to it. So how do I fix that? Well, another film that got sold in a gold case was The Great Gatsby, the 2013 version. So that got sold in a gold case. So what? Here's a picture of it. Yay. So what I might do is just get a new copy of The Great Gatsby and just case swap it. Easier said than done at this point, though, because from what I've seen since then is that The Great Gatsby used to be sold in a gold case, but it looks to be only sold in a blue Blu-ray case now, which I think is wrong because it looks bad. It's just like, it's not even like a film that's worth having, but that gold case made it worth it. So anyway, I might try and find some older copies of the film on Blu-ray in the gold case and then just case swap it to make it look nice. Yes, I know I'm a fucking nerd, you don't have to tell me. I've also got a copy of The Golden Compass, which I believe is also in a blue Blu-ray case, so I need to find at least 2 copies of The Great Gatsby. I'll also mention that I do have just plain cases on standby to just case swap random Blu-ray cases. You may be asking if that's for the Region A Blu-rays, and that's part of the reason. If I go back to my copy of Redline here, that's the Italian. If I go back to my copy of Redline here, this is the American. As you can see, it is in the thicker case. You can actually kind of see that the art doesn't kind of line up with the spine. And it's just one of those things that when I put it on the shelf, I just want it to look nice and uniform. So that's why I do that. but it's not strictly just for case swapping Region A cases. I also have a lot on standby because, if you order a Blu-ray case or something, it can come, cracked and broken. I've had it happen, like a million times, so that's why I just have some on standby, just in case, a case comes cracked, broken, anything like that. I can just swap out the case and just throw away the old one. Wasteful, but I don't, it makes everything look nice. I will say though, the worst that I ever had was I bought a sealed Blu-ray, and it was, it wasn't a private eBay sale or anything like that. It was from a reputable Australian multimedia seller. So it was from a reputable source. And when I got the Blu-ray and I, took the seal off of it, opened it up, and there was a dead bug in it. Like, I don't know, I think it was like a cricket or something. And so I was like, yeah, okay, that's a good reason to do a fucking case swap. And I know that probably might sound petty to a lot of people, but I was just like, fucking unsanitary, gross. No, we're not doing that. It's like the fucking product was sealed. How the fuck did the bug, the insect, whatever the fuck you want to call it, how the fuck did it get in there? It should never have been there to begin with. So, I mean, I could have maybe gotten a refund for it or something, but it's just, there's too much effort. Case swap it instead. Oh, you thought we were done? No, not by a long shot. How about these? Let me fucking pull them up. These are fucking DVD-sized Blu-ray cases for one of my favourite series is actually Black Lagoon, really good show, and a show called Kids on the Slope. As you can see, they're on like a fucking DVD-sized case. There is a bit of a reason behind these, actually, is because they have DVD and Blu-ray, which is the reason as to why. And I mean, I guess they're kind of unique for that, It's kind of something interesting about them, but there are other DVD Blu-ray combos that come in a standard case, but so these are actually kind of annoying because they come in a DVD case. So how I resolve that is that I just keep them at the start of my collection. It just makes it easiest. Although I will say about the discs for Kids on the Slope, they're really fucking annoying. So they look the exact same, first and foremost. So there's them, and then there's them. Two of these are supposed to be Blu-ray, and two of them are DVD. Well, I know two of them are Blu-ray because I mean, the good thing is that I can put them into my system and it picks up that one's a Blu-ray and one's a DVD. But when I went to rewatch this series, so the first time I watched it, I actually took the discs out, and I was able to sort of see, because Blu-ray's got like scratch protection, so that, I think I was able to sort of see that one had scratch protection and one didn't. So that was like my identifier. The second time I wasn't able to do that. So yeah. But I put it into the system and it picked up that one was a DVD and the other one was a Blu-ray, so I just went with that. But it's kind of annoying. I shouldn't have to do that just to determine which ones, because you can see they're not labelled. There's like little text here. Let's read that. Yeah. So, pro tip: if you're a company and you're going to sell a DVD Blu-ray combo pack, fucking label it, please. All right, last one, I swear. So, this is a recent pickup for me. The film 71. As you can see there, it's in a black case instead of a blue case. For I don't know why. Especially when the branding is Blu-ray, not Black-ray. It's in a black. So yeah, it's in a black case, and it's sort of similar to the 4K cases. Like. I don't know what that's about, but I kind of like the black case. I'm not gonna lie. Especially for this film, like the way it looks in the case. If you put a blue case, like if you put this in a blue case, I just think it'd look worse. Maybe I'll have to try it, but I mean, look, there's all this green here, and you can't have green and blue. It just doesn't fucking work. Can't do it. Alrighty, and that's the end of this video. Did you learn anything? Maybe. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Have a good night. Fuck you. See ya.